and welcome to another episode of BizTalks. And today we're chatting to someone absolutely amazing, always found outdoors and in nature whenever she can, all the way from Slovenia, Eva Ferjan. How are you?
Oh, Chris, thank you. I'm great. I'm sitting here just by Sava River in nature, like you said. Yeah, I like to be in nature.
Yeah, that's not a virtual background. Eva is literally sitting somewhere next to a stream by the rocks and enjoying the last few days of summer that they've got in Slovenia at the moment. And very exciting to chat to you. We're going to be finding out a whole lot more about you and your background and what it is that you do. And let's start off. I mean, were you born in Slovenia and lived there your whole life?
Yeah, I was born in Slovenia, in Ljubljana, capital. And yeah, I'm living in Slovenia all my life. I was traveling a lot around, but living in Slovenia all the time. And I like Slovenia. It's really a beautiful natural place.
Yeah, every time we see your videos on YouTube, you are at some beautiful location in Slovenia. It looks like a stunning country. So primary school, I mean, your schooling career has all been through in Slovenia. And tell us a little bit more about your schooling and what it's like to go to school in Slovenia.
Yeah, I did just grammar school, gymnasium, and then I studied psychology in Slovenia. And when I was discovering more and more about us, about consciousness, about life, because it was pulling me all the time, what's life about? And I was studying really lots also all around the world on I went to different educations, different seminars, more or less about consciousness, energy, connections between us, connections within us, just hidden things that we don't see, that we don't talk about, but they are really powerful and it can make our life fantastic, or sometimes some also forces that can make our life that it's not so fantastic. And I was discovering what we can do to shift them, to change them.
And also, as far as I understand, you're quite an athletic and sporty person. Just for interest's sake, what kind of sports and things are you interested in?
Yeah, I like running. I like kayaking because I like water. So sea-kayaking, whitewater kayaking. In the winter, I like snowboarding or cross-country skiing. I like mountain biking. So many different sports, and for me, it's especially important. That it's in nature, that it's in a beautiful place, that I'm in touch with me, that I'm just me. It's me time. And the best business ideas I get just in sports, just when my head goes, I'm not consciously really forcing or thinking about, I just got some insights. Wow, that's so great, getting insights. So every time I go somewhere, I have or my phone with me or my paper with me, so I write down idea just immediately. And then later I can put it into computer or use it somehow.
Yeah, getting your inspiration from your experiences and being out and about. So you mentioned you studied psychology, but yes, kind of where we're going and what it is that you do is linked to psychology, but you're not really just a psychologist. You're a executive coach, if I'm correct.
Yeah. Just executive coach and team coach, and especially not this executive coach that will just lead what to do to improve business, but the first is life. What to do to improve your life as a person, and also to improve others' life, to improve this quality of life, and then also business, both together. Yeah, because you can force yourself into business results, but if you are suppressing yourself, then when you reach the result and you are just broken inside or really tight inside, you cannot receive this. And I see as very important that we do just this synchronicity, that that life goes, really life flows, and also business flows further, yeah, while building the business. So that's also the message I'm sharing also with teams, because when we have team meetings, yeah, we are doing lots on team efficiency, but in the way that everyone gains, not just monetary gains, but everyone gains insight, that they are happier at workplaces, that they connect better, that they overcome these obstacles that they are on the way, or barriers that are between them, or even some really difficult things that are among them. I support on all this, because our life, we have like 24 hours a day, and we spend on average 8 or more hours of these days, 8 or more hours a day we spend on workplace. So it's important how we spend these hours. It's important if this is fulfilling us, this is making us happy, this is making us satisfied, this is just making us excited, so we can come home and have really a great time, maybe with kids, maybe with friends, maybe with ourselves, but then we come home full of energy for other things. That's leading me that people are not just draining themselves to gain money, but they are fulfilling them. They are gaining money, but they are gaining lots for them inside, so they can share way more with the world this way.
Yeah, so as I understand, I mean, you don't just work on the business side and that sort of traditional model of, okay, we're, let's say in the context of team, working with a team of, this is how we work with each other and conflict resolution and business objectives and things like that. You're also integrating a very special area of making the person and the individual happy in their space, in their place within the team and within themselves, so that you get that efficiency coming through as a result of that.
Yeah. Thank you, Chris. Just like this. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's interesting that things and all of the traditional models of business and the way of doing things is changing. It's constantly evolving and being different, and there really is a definite global shift from not just only focusing on business and you got to work 8 hours a day and you're drained and unhappy all the time. It really is about finding that inner peace within yourself and doing what you love, because everybody's starting to realize if you don't do that, you're not going to be happy and as successful as you could be.
Yeah, doing what you love, that really matters. And also for people that are on workplaces, many times they think that it's really terrible on workplace. They are thinking that they would like to shift the work, but they don't know. But then when we talk, sometimes they just find out that they need to resolve something inside them. And when they resolve this at the same workplace that they hated before, they feel accepted, they feel good, they feel acknowledged, because they shifted something inside them. So it's not always the solution, just change the job and do just what you like. Yeah, maybe you're on the right workplace, but you need to shift something inside you. It's not always the case, but for many people, I see they can make shifts also on current workplaces, and they can be satisfied also on current workplaces. So that's not the solution just to shift the workplace, but to shift inside. And also with others that are dreaming what they will do, that they will be happy, I lead them also that they are not postponing their happiness for this time when they will have once this job, but what they can do at this moment in this current job until they are finding the other job, or they are establishing their business or whatever. So it's important now, not after we reach some level. It's important now, how we are living now.
I think that's also very important, because I definitely believe there's a lot of truth in wherever you are, whether it's a job or shifting careers or shifting your life, you're exactly where you're meant to be at that point. And what I understand what you're saying is also making peace with that position where you are and who you are, so that you can make the most of this journey and this path that you're on, exactly where you're meant to be.
Yeah. So it's just like personal development is going hand to hand with professional development. And being an entrepreneur is especially, or business owners, especially a part of personal development. So the challenges we get in business are so often connected with our life challenges, with things we need to maybe resolve or make further steps also in our life, in who we really, really, really are deep inside, or being even more and more and more of us and sharing more of us. And it's not about forcing ourselves more and more or suppressing, but just being and allowing ourselves to be who we truly are.
Eva, what you're suggesting is I have to look at myself and my deepest, darkest corners of myself and face that. That's far too scary and too much work. I'll just keep faking it and keep going along and blame everybody else. That's much easier.
Maybe it seems easier. Maybe it seems easier, but yeah, when you're going in just looking at the others who are wrong, you're not making progress. You're not stepping forward. You need to look inside you what you can do, and you don't need just to see your deepest and the most dark sides of you. But what if you look for the brightest parts of you and really acknowledge even more of those brightest, and allow those brightest to look at those dark, and maybe they're even not so dark. That just you need to look at them a little bit differently and accept a part of you. And when you look at this, you can ease your life and ease yourself with this.
That's what I love about this is because your approach is clearly not just okay, we're going to do an assessment and this is wrong with you and you haven't made peace with this and you've got to do this. It's very much looking at the positive side, the things that are there that you can work with and highlight them, rather than highlighting and bringing out all the negatives that need to be fixed.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's not about what's wrong with you. Far from this. But it's about acknowledging your strengths. It's about seeing yourself even more powerful, because we all are way more powerful than we think. Yeah? Mm. But we need to see our power, because it's a little bit different than maybe we see it. And also to see our power to go over the things that we think that are our traps or our mistakes or our wrong decisions, and maybe we are just hiding them. Maybe we even don't need to hide, just release it, and it can be way more easier to live with us and with others when we release some things that are holding us inside us. And really far from looking for wrongness of anyone, because everyone is where he is, and probably he was doing the best he could till now, and he's just supporting him and maybe just giving him a little bit more space, more direction, and asking him what else can he do that he will be better with himself and also then with others. Yeah.
And also, again, also not going on that journey yourself. You will be there with them through the process and help keep keep that sort of guiding as they sort of go off the pathway. Oh no, wait, on negative, negative, negative. You go, come back this way. Let's focus on the positive. You work with people through this entire process. They're not having to do it alone.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. For example, it was a really, really a great example. It was one boss, one manager from some company that others accused him that he's mobbing others, and his boss just told him that he needs to improve his managerial skills. So he was ready to come to me, and he told that he's accused for mobbing, and when he was just should he work with me or not, or so, and he tried to be a little bit aggressive to me at the beginning, but then we began to work, and when he allowed himself to acknowledge his deep pains inside him, he was crying at the first session. He was crying and just staring at me, and he was just saying, "Whoa, no, I cannot. Now I see what I'm doing." And he felt ashamed. He felt terrible. He felt bad. To his co-workers, he thought no one would look at him, but he was like this all the time, and others were looking. And I just said to him, "It's okay. It's okay. You're releasing this." And so it was a process. And then next session, he said, "Wow, I feel so better with all people, with all others. I feel so more accepted, also from the boss." And especially, he said, he was just in front of divorce with his wife because of his relationship with kids. And this has changed at home. So he came to improve managerial skills, and he just gave up some really heavy stone from him, and he was better so at home, so on workplace. He felt so much safer and better inside him that he was better for everyone. And it all happened just because he was accused for mobbing.
For moaning.
And this accused for mobbing. Mobbing. Psychic violence.
For being aggressive.
For being aggressive, for it's like psychological violence on workplace.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, psychological abuse on workplace.
Yes.
Bullying, yes, is just similar, yeah. So this, that he was accused for mobbing, bullying, it led him that he was able to release something deep inside him, that he became to himself much freer. He felt much more accepted from his wife, from his co-workers, from his boss. And this dark side of him led him to free himself so much more, and he felt much better, and he was way better to all others. So, and it was just like we had 3 or 4 sessions all together, and it just really shifted for him a lot.
I think we do that so well as human beings. It's like a human condition. We love to overcomplicate things. So working on myself or making things better seems so hard and complicated, but small changes can make such a big difference that actually, just as much as something small negative can snowball out of control, something good, small change, positive, can also snowball into a much bigger, better change in one's life.
Yeah, there are small changes we can do on a daily basis that can really make our lives better, especially when we are aware of our habits, how we are living from day to day, and what we would like to live. And there are also some deep things inside us that we are holding and we are not aware, and we are living with them like some pattern. As this can be also shifted, but not with just this day-to-day small practices, but it's a much deeper process. But we can just really release some dam, like dam on the river. We'll release this dam, and it makes so greater flow in our life. But yeah, that's what I lead people. It's not hypnosis, but sometimes similar. They are present all the time, but we go really deep, and they cannot imagine how they really shifted in a very short time. They shifted a huge thing in their life.
And also, while we're talking, I'm distracted by the beautiful background in the stream. You're always out and about in nature, and it's got a big theme for you. Why is nature so important?
Yeah, we are beings of nature, and yeah, for me it's important because it gives me just more inspiration, more like this freedom, more seeing who we truly are, and ideas. And yeah, I'm working also inside, not always just outside. But if there are circumstances, we do, because the nature supports process. And especially sometimes when we go with team, we do something, and then I allow them just to walk, or just sometimes when we go with boats to paddle, or to cycle when we go with bicycles. Because also this time that we are not consciously focusing on something makes in our whole body a shift, a change, and the nature supports. So that's why I really like to combine everything with nature.
And it helps reduce the noise.
Yeah, reduce the noise and just seeing something different than exists. Because when you're just between the walls, you're just locked, just inside something. And when you have a space to see all around what's possible, just your brain can also produce way more, and your brain can see some different opportunities that you cannot see between those four walls. It is a difference. It's such subtle difference. Difference is inside. For me, sometimes also when I'm just inside, working inside, and then I say, no, I need to go out. It just immediately, when I open the door and step in front of the house, it's just, whoa, yeah, that's what I needed. Yeah.
And a refresher. So Eva, what kind of people or companies or areas are you looking to work with? Yeah,
I work with, one is that I work with entrepreneurs. It's not just a kind of branch. It's for me important that they have really in them that they want good for them and for the world. Yeah. And also like smaller businesses where I can do with management and management teams. And yeah, I worked a lot also before with corporations. Now I'm working with corporations if they're really ready to make some shift with like top management teams. Otherwise, I even prefer to do with smaller privately held business where we can do so with owner or with CEO and with really management team, because we can make the greatest shift this way. And many times it happens also that like a CEO comes to me, do something with my team. And then when we talk, I see, no, it's not time to do something with team. We need to do something, and the team will shift. And when we do, he knows what shift to do to make a change in team, and they succeed to make huge shifts in team even without me meeting the team. Or sometimes I meet the team much later when they prepare everything, and then I can meet also the team, so they improve everything. But sometimes just working with individual is really makes a lot for all the company, just working with CEO. So
yeah, and that comes from the top. And it really is that. So
yeah.
How does your process work? I mean, we've been listening, we're interested to find out more. How does your process work from somebody who's interested all the way through until that sort of setup of the first sessions?
Yeah, sometimes just people write me some short mail. I have challenge with this and this and this, or I have challenge in this area. Are you someone? Do you know something about this? Have you worked about this? And then we discuss and we see what we can do, and we make a plan. Is this individual work? Is this work with team? Is this work maybe with just him and someone else? Or is this also work with someone else? We make a plan what we will do. So, because every case is different. And I just really listen to someone, and then I just intuitively know where and what to do that will work for them. And I check with them, and we make some common agreement what's going to be the next steps, what we can do. And sometimes also just in the first intro session, they get so more clarity about what's truly going on. Because sometimes we are focused in one direction, but really the real hint is somewhere else. And I just lead them to look at some other situation that they haven't seen before. Like also, like I mentioned, some people come do something with my team, and then when I lead them just to some hints what they can look or do before they come to great ideas. Yeah.
And if somebody wants to find out more, you've got a website. What is your website, and where can people find out more about you?
Yeah, at the moment it's Slovenian website translated into English. It's nevidni.si/n. Will you maybe write down below, or
I'll put it up on the screen?
Yeah, please put it on the screen, because it's now, and people can find me on LinkedIn. Or if you contact me, it's on just leaders@ixa.si. Will you also write this down?
On the screen right now.
Thank you.
And to get in contact with you, what's your preferred method? Is it email or via LinkedIn, or how does somebody get hold of you and start communicating?
Email or LinkedIn message. It would be the best for now. Yeah.
Okay, great. So,
or they can also write on the website. There's also a place to write on the website. Contact me via my website. It's also possible. Yeah.
Yep.
And just when contacting me, just really take it simple. Just contact me and write down a few words what's going on, and we can discuss more. You don't need to write me all the stories, because for the beginning it's enough, just a few words, few set the sentences. Yeah,
keep it simple, and then you can explore the areas that need working on and all of that together, and take the process from there. And we'll put all the information, it is on the screen, and will be posted with this video as well. And also, if somebody wants to find out more about you, you do a weekly YouTube video as well. So we'll post the link for that as to where to find those videos as well.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, I'm doing this weekly messages. It's messages for wealthier living. It's just about little tricks, little hints that we can do in daily life that can make our lives greater, wealthier insights, that we have more for us in our life.
I must say, one of the most recent ones that I absolutely loved is a mind shift change, and it's so simple, is the mind shift of, if you're sitting in the line or at traffic, that can actually be you time for self-reflection. So instead of sitting there thinking, oh, I've got to stand in this line now and it's horrible, you can think of it as, wow, I've got 5 or 10 minutes extra now just to sit back, observe, process my thoughts, and make it me time instead of waiting time, which I really loved.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the hints like this, and I'm just practicing these things with me, and I'm sharing with others, because I'm living like this and just doing all the time, so I'm sharing this, and I really like to share those things, because many times it happens that just in some conversation with someone, it comes some things that I make just a hint, and it's like, wow, what a great idea. Yeah, so that's why I'm sharing this.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. And thanks for joining us on BizTalks. All the contact details have been shown on the screen, so get in contact with Eva. And I think a nice way to summarize is you find a great way to reframe things or look at them from a very positive angle and work with people in a process to bring the best out, to identify what the best is and to really bring it out and in search of that happiness that I think all of us are looking for at the end of the day.
Yeah. All of us are looking for some happiness, and it was something that was leading me for many years. I remember myself really long time ago. I think I was a student or even earlier. Just I went running, and it was just a really time of heavy traffic. Everyone was just driving to the jobs, and I was looking all the faces, and all the faces seemed so sad, not happy, not like they are going to do something wow, but all were just wow, like going into some slavery. And for me it was, why is like this? Why? I was asking myself, and then this was like leading me. It was leading me, so I'm not going to be like this. I was working as a student also, lots just occasional jobs, and I have seen this reality also on many places, just people just being in such a resistance to their jobs, and really just looking how to spend hours instead of doing with some enthusiasm. And it was for me, I'm not going to spend my life like this. And yeah, this was leading me, and how to make our workplaces and our work, our jobs, really more fulfilled time of our life, so that we have way more of our life.
And you can make that choice for yourself. You can choose
everyone
to find that happiness and be happy with that situation. It is a choice.
Yeah, everyone has a choice, no matter in which situation he is. And even so terrible situation it looks, just be in quest what you can do to improve your life, what little steps you can do on every day. Don't dream for a long time when you reach something. What you can do today, what you can do now, just tiny things. And really be in quest and go forward. Yeah, you deserve more, and you can reach better quality of life. Yeah.
I think that's a great point for us to wrap up. Thank you again once again, Eva, very much. It's been great to have you with us and be in contact with Eva to help you find that happiness. Have a great day.
Thank you, Chris. Have a good day, you too.